guys, welcome back to another episode of the M News. Doing a collaboration with Shipperwar. You probably have heard of their channel way before mine. Mine's coming out. Mine's pretty much new. It has a lot of videos, but it's still new. So let me tell you what I think about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a 2003 movie. Yeah. Going into this movie, you're thinking, oh, this is just going to be one of those cheesy ass remakes of the classics, and we don't want to hear it. Going into this movie, you're not going to notice that. It's perfectly fine. I think it was fine for the most part. It's not taking a shit on the classic. It's more like it's just more like a re-envision of what the classic was. No, it's not the same family that you had in the, old ones, but it's still a family that acts crazy, and they are crazy. You got the Sheriff Hoyt. I forget the guy's name. Woman, it might be on the back of this. You never know. Arlie Ermy, that's his name. Arlie Ermy. He plays Sheriff Hoyt. He's pretty much the main antagonist in this film, right next to Leatherface. But he's the guy who pretty much tells Leatherface what to do. Chase that guy, chase that guy. He's pretty bad up there with him. He gets what's coming to him, but no spoilers. There's gonna be a lot of gore in this movie. There's a lot of really intense scenes in this movie, like the classic. Maybe it's not going to maybe bring out the classic that was so good about the 1974 one, but it's still a good ride if you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. I mean, due to this year's recent 2013 blockbuster Texas Chainsaw 3D, this is good. This is like, I don't know, Batman and Robin compared to Batman Begins. I mean, if you compare this movie to Texas Chainsaw 3D, you are going to be surprised. There's no comparison. This one's by far better than Texas Chainsaw 3D. Because the thing I didn't like about Texas Chainsaw 3D in the most part was that it took all the sequels that came out and made it look like they never happened. And it just made no sense. This one kind of makes sense. This one makes sense, and you can get that. The movie wasn't terrifying, it wasn't scary, but it was a good ride if you're a horror movie fan. There's a lot of cool sequences in this film. I mean, just the one thing that scares you in this film is the family's choices. This family, you don't know what they're gonna do. They might decide to kill you. They might decide to hang you by your back with a meat hook. You never know. It's so intense to watch. I'll tell you what. First time watching this film, it was 2003, so I was maybe like 11. Watched it and I freaked out at first, but it didn't scare me, frighten me. I didn't have no nightmares or nothing, but it's still very, very scary and intense. I'm going to let Shipperwar have her opinion on this movie, so you guys pay attention to this, and thanks.
Hi everybody, I'm Shipperwar, and I'm here to do a collab review with Jordan Cartwright for his channel for the 2003 movie The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, starring Jessica Biel, produced by Michael Bay. Now, the premise of this movie is about 5 young adults who go on this road trip. They end up coming across this hitchhiker who's all beaten up. Something crazy happened to her. They try to find help. When they end up finding this house with this crazy family, and within this crazy family there's even a crazier person who runs around with a chainsaw and a face made out of people's skin, and he's known as Leatherface. Now, this is a remake of a previous movie made in 1970 something, not exactly sure the date, with the same premise, but obviously this is a remake to bring that story in a modern day period. And I have to say, overall, this movie is pretty decent for a remake. I remember seeing the trailer for this movie, and that's what really sold this film for me, and I think for a lot of people was the trailer itself. Never seen the trailer, check out the trailer. There's just something so creepy about that trailer. The way it was done was just excellent, 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 because I remember seeing the trailer and being like, I need to see this movie. I've seen the original before, and I never was a really big fan of the original Chainsaw Massacre movies because I always thought they were pretty corny and cheesy, and it wasn't really a big budget type of horror movie. It wasn't really scary in my opinion. I mean, there was some gruesome stuff in it, but it was nothing that really scared me. And then when I saw the trailer for this film, I was actually kind of creeped out and scared. I was like, wow, this is going to be possibly a really creepy, scary movie. And so when the movie came out, I remember going with a group of friends and some of my cousins to go see this movie because I was really excited. And I say overall, we all came out of that theater pretty damn satisfied with the movie. I was pretty satisfied with the film. Now after rewatching the movie, you know catch some little things in there. You're like, oh, that could have been done better. Yeah, you kind of realize the movie isn't that great as an overall film, but for what it was, I thought it was great. And also, I remember when I saw this movie, Jessica Biel just got off of doing Seventh Heaven, so I always knew her for her more wholesome side of doing Seventh Heaven, and then seeing her go from that to going to this movie, which is not a wholesome movie at all, and she's like this badass chick who's trying to fight for her life against Leatherface, who's going after her and trying to kill her. I have to say, overall, in that aspect, this movie was also good to see an actress go from being this certain, like, I guess, typecast type of character to then going from that to like breaking that mold and being in this movie. So overall, this movie was good in different levels for me. And overall, it's a pretty decent film. If you've never seen it, watch it. You may end up enjoying it. Maybe, or maybe not. So, thank you for watching this, and thank you again, Jordan, for inviting me to do this collab review with you.
Thanks, Shipperwar. Totally agree. The movie was not frightening, but it certainly gave you that feel and that nice horror movie feel. Like, you know, I could probably sit down at maybe 9 o'clock at night and slip this in with a couple of my friends and watch it. It's one of those types of movies. You know, it's kind of forgettable because I've forgotten most of it, but it's one to watch if you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan or just a horror slasher fan in general. Good ride, yeah. The tone of this movie, it's the same as the old one. It has that Texas feel to it. It has that, you know, there's going to be a lot of gore in this film, and there was a lot of gore in the film. I really enjoyed the ending. I really did. The ending was probably the best part about this movie. I don't know why. It just was. I mean, crazy family. It's just crazy. And that's the point of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, if you ever seen House of 1,000 Corpses, it kind of took place off the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because there's this crazy-ass family who did stuff with the people that they caught. And, whoa. I mean, no, but I do recommend it if you're a horror movie fan. I do recommend it. Go ahead, grab the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Maybe I'll be doing a review on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. But guys, yeah, check this one out. It's a lot of fun, really. I'm going to give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a 3 out of 5 M's. Almost got me to a 2.9, but then I just thought to myself, you know, this was probably the better I don't know how you can say it, sequel, prequel, remake that came to this film genre, so it was a good ride. Like, comment, tell me what you guys think of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in general. What's your favorite one of the series? What do you guys think of Leatherface? And guys, check out Shipperwars at shipperwar.youtube.com. I'm going to take a guess, yeah. Subscribe to her channel, subscribe to my channel, and as always, guys, thanks for watching.